Welcome back to the Yap Sesh.
What are we talking about this week?
What are
we talking about this week?
We're talking about movies and films. That's synonymous.
Most of them
redundant.
are ones that have come out this year, so like since the beginning of 2024.
Also, I have Pokemon cake, so...
Yes, it was very good cake. I was meant to eat mine on camera, but I finished it because...
I will be finishing mine.
It's good cake. That's fine. It gives me more chance to yap. So I used to work in a cinema, so I got to see films for free, which were
be nice.
It was lovely. Yeah, thanks.
I'm jealous.
Well, you know you can get an unlimited card, right?
Do you think I have the who do you think I talk to?
Okay. It's cheaper to get an unlimited card a month than to go see 2 films a month.
Yeah, but keep in mind how much I see films. I barely see films.
Then
okay.
Skip a month. Pay on. I don't know. I find it worth it.
Good
especially in London. I feel like the price for my membership is the price of 1 ticket more than 2. So, especially like when it's a newer film and it's more expensive. So.
That's a good point.
Yeah, newer films. Why do they need to be more expensive?
Literally.
And also, like the type of film also changes how much it costs. Like you go to see a kids film and it's going to be cheaper to see a kids film than it's going to like a new film, like any new adult film. So
what about it?
We went to see a film.
We went to see a film?
We did on Monday.
What did we see?
Moana 2.
Moana 2.
It was it's really good.
Moana 2.
Moana 2. Everyone is hating on it. Why is everyone hating on it?
That's what I went into that film specifically to hate. I was prepared to be its number one hate.
Which doesn't make sense, because why would you go to a film if your intention is to hate it?
Why wouldn't you? It's just the thrill of sitting in the seat, watching it and being like, I was right. I wasted my money.
No, see,
and then you can go and tell everyone else, don't see that film. It's trash.
I don't want to waste my money.
I mean, neither do I.
I'm so glad I get free cinema. I've only walked out of the cinema once.
You walk out of the cinema?
I've walked out.
That's
of the
money
film.
lost.
Well, no, I didn't pay for it.
Oh.
But
Where was this?
Where was it?
Yeah.
The cinema here.
Oh,
yeah.
unlimited.
It was when I was still working for them, so
whatever.
Employees you don't pay anyway.
Bruh.
No, it was really good. The film was awful.
What film?
I couldn't even tell you. It was so bad.
Give me. What do you remember?
There was like these people who had hired like a rental car, and the rental car had like I can't remember if it was like money or something in the boot. And
cars.
No. So they had this car and they weren't meant to have been given this car. And so the people who were meant to have collected the car, because it was for dodgy for like crime and stuff, then had to try and chase this couple down who had took the car to try and like get them or something, to try and get the car back.
Bonnie and Clyde?
No. It was the film that came out like this year or last year.
I don't.
And there's like they go to like a fancy hotel. There's like a head. Oh yeah, there's basically like this head in a box thing in the boot of the car, and they're trying to go and find it. I don't know. It was really bad. Either way, I stayed in for like half an hour and I left. I didn't even get halfway through the film. It was as if the film had been edited in my like PowerPoint.
Damn.
It was so bad.
Watch it now. You've sold it to me.
I'll see if I can find it for you.
Okay. Anyway, back to Moana 2.
Moana 2. Yes.
Go to the film.
It's
with the songs.
The characters are great.
Mm-hmm.
The songs are so good. We've had like the song from the beginning, like the opening song, stuck in our head for like.
It's a great song.
Yeah, Moana 2 is great characters, great songs.
Whoosh.
The song from the beginning, Beyond, is like I think it appears 3 times throughout the film. Like
Probably.
the main time, the reprise, and in the credits. And like, I think I've since watching it on Monday.
Has your life changed?
I've listened to it at least twice a day, probably. It's really good.
As you should.
I think she, like the actor for Moana should have played Glinda in Wicked. And I don't care if that's
talk about your Ariana Grande
if that
hatred right now. Let's move on to that. Like, what's up with that?
It's a very controversial opinion. Everyone has disagreed with me, except like my lecturer. And you know what? That's okay. Because I
everyone
think
else is wrong. It would seem.
well, she as an actor has the energy for Glinda. I think like acting wise, she fits the role perfectly. But her singing is not good.
I feel like all those Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube Music listeners would disagree.
No, but that's the thing. Like, she's popular, yeah. But is she actually a good singer? I don't know. I think, like, when she's singing the lower songs, like popular, it's really well done because she's not like forcing her voice to do something. She's like, you can hear every word she's saying. It's clear, and it's nice. But then when she is trying to sing higher, she loses all diction. It turns into mumble, and all it is her relying on being able to reach high notes and not actually. You can't understand what she's saying. And I think like because she's a pop singer. She sings pop songs. She writes pop songs. Pop singing is so different to the type of singing you need in musical theatre because, like, a lot of obviously musical theatre is on a stage. It's not done in a studio, so you have to be clear because if you're not clear, no one's going to be able to enjoy the performance because no one's going to understand you.
Wow.
And so I think acting wise, she's fine for the role, but singing, there's better people out there.
That is crazy.
But Cynthia, who plays Elphaba, she's insane.
She's been getting a lot of flack online.
Has she?
Yeah. Have you not seen all the drama?
No.
Like, people hate her.
Why?
I don't know. Something she said about Americans. I don't know.
Oh, well, from an acting and singing point of view for the film, she's good. I don't know what's happened online, but she's great. I think she was good for the role.
You should always value your own opinion because people online don't know what they're talking about sometimes.
And also,
Moana 2 reviews, we should look into that because
why are they bad?
the Twitter reception is crazy. Like, obviously, Moana 2, I don't know if you knew, was originally meant to be a TV series. And they turned it into a movie. People are like,
I'm glad it's a movie.
People are like, oh, you can tell it's meant to be a TV series. And I'm like, can you?
No,
Can you really?
I think it works as a movie.
So
I don't think it would have worked as a TV series.
Me neither.
But
It's just peak. And I'd just like to take just a short, brief moment to talk about the Bat Lady
yeah,
as well.
she is.
If you want to see Moana 2, go just for the Bat Lady.
Oh my god,
I was like, wow.
She
you
stole the show.
for the 1 second she was in it?
She was in it for more than 1 second.
It felt
And
like
also
1
her
second.
song. Her song is just.
I fear for kids karaoke in the future because
I don't
you're
think
not
we need
hitting
to-
those notes. Little Jemima, 5-year-old Jemima, no, choose Let It Go, please. Because while you'll be screeching and Let It Go, you will sound like a dying horse singing that Batgirl song.
It is a choice. Or stick to Beyond, stick to the other songs. I think. Do you think she's better than the crab singing Shiny?
Oh, my controversial opinion is that I think Shiny's mad. I think it's just an okay song. Like, it's not a bad song. It's fine.
You think it's mid?
I think it's mid.
Like it's C tier.
Yeah, it's C tier. Like, people love that crab, and I'm like, okay.
But I think as well, like the crab was originally supposed to be David Bowie, and then he passed away. So
Oh yeah.
he only recorded the vocals for half the song. So I think the person they got to sing instead did a really good job at carrying it on.
Yeah.
Because you listen to the two variations and you can't tell much difference between them. Like, he's a really good singer, but the song, I think it matches Bowie, and so that makes sense.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with, like, I get the homage, that's cool and all, but I just think the song.
Also, isn't it like a little bit insane that Bowie was in a kids' film? Like, I feel like younger kids aren't gonna know who Bowie is.
They won't. They will not. But kids don't even know who that Harry Styles was in One Direction. So
Yeah, they don't know they don't know who One Direction is. That's kind of.
They're a lost cause.
It's insane.
All right, next film.
Yes. You've not really seen. What films have you seen? Annabelle, the vampire one.
The vampire one.
Yes.
It was a film. I think I went in expecting like horror. I got more thriller, and that's okay. It's just not exactly what I signed up for, you know. And the plot, it just lost me. There was a point, I think the final act, where I was just like, what is even going on in this film right now? However, Gene Dawson did sing the end credit song. Big up Jane Dawson, that's my man. Pirate Radio, I will forever blast it. So it's not all that bad.
I think as a film, it's not the best storyline. The storyline was quite weak.
Yeah.
But
it had potential.
The cast were great though. Like
they were good.
It had the girl playing Annabelle.
Yeah.
Was the same person who played Matilda.
You can tell.
You can
Now
tell
that
that
you
she's a
say
theatre
that.
kid because it's dance.
Yeah.
But also, that's like to go from filming Matilda to then filming, hey, you're this ballerina
thriller.
vampire.
Yeah.
It's a very big jump. I think for her age, because she's not that old, or at least like. I mean, I guess aging in process, but she's like
aging in process.
Considering she is a child actor.
Yeah.
With a focus on musical theatre.
Yeah.
She's done like incredibly well. Because it's not easy being like
a child actor.
A child actor, actors in horror films, thrillers, things like that. Anyway, like as whether you're a child or not, those kind of films can be quite difficult to film.
Yeah, that sticks with you. There was one horror film, I don't remember what it was. I haven't seen it. But I'm pretty sure they filmed it in the woods, but they made the actors like live it out.
The Blair Witch Project.
Yes. They made them live
terrifying.
that out. Why would you do that's inhumane. Did you sign an ethics checklist when you made people do that film?
It's the sensory deprivation, the isolation. You're in the dark.
I would have killed someone. Am I allowed to admit that? I would have killed someone.
I genuinely would have gone insane.
Yeah.
I think I would have. They would have had to take me off of the film. I think. I don't think I would have. I'm scared of the dark already. Anyway, I'm not afraid to admit that I am scared of the dark.
Valid. Well, there's something about the dark at night in the woods specifically.
Open areas surrounded by trees. Anyone could be hiding. It's terrifying. It's awful. Why would anyone like that? No, I couldn't. But then another like film that people were expecting more horror than thrillers is Five Nights at Freddy's that came out last year.
The urge to sing that damn Jack Black riff, but I will refrain.
Jack Black.
Yeah, he sang the Five Nights at Freddy's thing, and it's.
Did he?
Yeah. I can't sing it.
A lot of people hated on that film.
I did.
I don't think it deserves.
I'm a hater. I'll admit it.
I
hate that film. And what are you going to do about it?
I don't think it deserved all the hate.
Okay.
There's some.
I won't listen, but I'll hear you out.
Okay, right. What
In one ear, out the other.
the
Go.
criticism
Yeah.
for the film is that it's not like the games, right?
And it's not.
But it is. There is
And it's not.
okay. There is. It's a mashup of the lore of the games and of the books.
What I need you to do, tell me, in the film Five Nights at Freddy's,
Yes.
do we see these characters survive Five Nights at Freddy's?
We do see them survive.
Do we see
Five
someone
nights.
sat at a desk,
Yes.
looking at the cameras for until 12 to 6, checking the cameras,
the
looking
thing.
at the animatronics,
Actually,
like,
no,
oh,
no, I
there's
have a
Freddy.
point about this.
Foxy's running down the
Shut
hall.
up,
and
I've
he's
got a
got
point
the
for
door.
this. I am passionate. I have a point about this. Okay, right. The office in Five Nights at Freddy's in the movie, the office that Mike sits in is an exact replica of the office in Five Nights at Freddy's one game.
Okay,
It
that's
is-
the bare minimum.
No. Wait. Okay, right. Wait. That is. Let me speak.
Okay,
I
see?
am on the first sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was on the first sentence, and you're like, doubt.
Sorry, okay, fine.
okay,
I'm silent.
right.
I'm sorry. Go through
Yes. So okay, Five Nights at Freddy's. There's so much in this film. It's yeah. So the office is an exact replica of the game, right? And in the film, it's got nods to the Five Nights at Freddy's lore that you find out through the games, such as the Bite of 83. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not completely like.
Now what's that about?
You made me annoyed. But yes.
Okay.
And so the song that plays in the when the kids break into the building and there's like the Freddy, Chica, Foxy, and all that, they start playing a song. The song they play is called Talking in Your Sleep, and it was created it was created in 1983.
Wow.
Wait. So 1983, Bite of 83. We also see Max, one of the girls who breaks in, like the girl, yeah, who was like, yeah, we'll go in, cause damage. Basically, they're like, you need help. You're not capable of looking after this girl. We're going to take you to a lawyer, and because that we need to prove that you're not worthy of looking after a girl. So they break into the building and they're like, let's destroy it because then it proves you're not a good security guard. So they break in. Max then stumbles across Freddy. And she dies by being bitten in half by Freddy. While that song is playing, which makes it the Bite of 83, like the Bite of 83, which was it was funny.
Isn't it the Bite of 87? Or is that the second bite?
The Crying Child is 83.
Oh yeah.
And then there's like different. So in when I can't remember her name. The younger girl,
Okay.
but Mike's younger sister.
Yeah.
She presses. There's a button that she presses that makes them all like come to life and like party and stuff. And that's also a nod to the game because in the game there's a button that causes them to, like the button you press to them make them perform.
Right.
You can see. Wait. There's more. There is more. A lot of the sets are the same. So the set of the house where the aunt gets killed by the TV, that happens in the game. In the game, it's not the aunt, it's the security guard for that game. And it's in the minigame where he is watching the TV and Ennard comes and attacks you while you're watching TV. Same thing as Golden Freddy attacking the aunt while she's watching TV. Like the amount of parallels there are between the games and the film, like there's so many, and everyone's like, it's not meant to be the same. They weren't trying to go, we're just making it on the games, because what would be the point of that? So they've took the lore from the games and they've took the lore from the books and they've put them together, and there's scenes in the film which are in the books, and people who haven't read the books and only play the games are like, this doesn't make sense. Why is there a ball pit? Because it's in the comics. It makes sense. You just don't know it. Yes, I'm passionate. Sorry.
See, my thing is, yes, you can grab the law, sure, do all that. But are we really surviving Five Nights at Freddy's on an anatomical level? Are we Are we surviving Five Nights at Freddy's? No. Are we surviving Five Nights at Freddy's? Are we with these characters
For 5 nights? Yes.
Sat at the desk, looking at the cameras, checking on the animatronics, making sure they're in the right place, making sure they're not getting too close to the side doors, shutting the side doors when they're by the door. Are we doing that? Are we waiting till 6 a.m. arrives?
Yes.
And are we seeing them, close down because 6 a.m. they can't operate? Are we hearing the yay when you've won the night? Are we hearing that?
Okay.
Are we experiencing, could we not get at least one singular night where we are sat in that room?
Did you not watch the film?
I did watch the film. Are you even?
The film. In the film.
I let you talk, so you're gonna let me talk. Okay. Are we sat in that room, and are we? I just wanted one, at least a couple scenes where this character is sat here, and is where the main character is sat in that room and just making sure that the animatronics don't kill them. Because yes, there are scenes where the bad guys or whatever, the people that break in, are trying to not die. They fail, but they die. But yes, there's that scene. But Mike doesn't go through that, and he's all like, "Oh, that's my friends." Well, he doesn't
go
say
through
that. Well, not properly.
Okay, so
not a proper night.
It does. So the film is set over 5 nights. First of all,
At Freddy's.
5 Nights at Freddy's, yes, because the game happens. You have to try and survive 5 nights. So in the film, it's set over 5 nights. Each night, he starts work at midnight. He finishes work at 6 a.m. We know this.
Well, yeah, obviously
Yes.
that's his shift.
Yes, that's his shift. So what we see is he goes into his shift. He is sat at the desk. He is looking at the cameras, but his issue is because his younger brother is missing. He keeps having these dreams featuring the animatronics that are inside. Well, they're featuring the kids, and the kids all resemble the different animatronics, right? So when he's around the animatronics, his dreams become weirder. And every single night, we see him go in. He's sat at the desk.
Mm-hmm.
He does look at. We know he starts at 12. We see him at the end of his shift. There's always a pan in either to his watch or the camera showing at 6 a.m. We see him checking the cameras. The only time he's away from the cameras is if he is either in his dream, or if he has to get out to go fix something, or to get batteries, which happens in the game. In the games, he can't just sit in his office. He has to go and fix things. He's got to go and check on things. He has to go and sort the power. He does need to and then Balloon Boy is there as just he's not harmless. He's not gonna harm you. He's just there for the little jokey jump scare to make your life harder and to be annoying. He steals batteries in the games. He's there to cause unnecessary jump scares to Mike while he's working. Because what do you mean he's opened this cover? He is a bang. Opens go bang. Balloon Boy. That's what happens. It might not be Five Nights at Freddy's 1, but the latest nights of the games follows that pattern that he does follow in the film. So yes, he does match it, but a lot of people don't play to the end, so they don't know that.
Let me rephrase my whole argument. It's less that he's not surviving the nights. It's more that animatronics aren't very antagonistic towards him. If you think about it. Think about it. They're not. Not really. Yes, there'll be instances where they're hostile, but there's not that we're going to stuff you into a suit intent.
No, because they're trying to do that to his younger sister.
Yeah, but why can't they do it to him? And why isn't she...
Because she's a kid and he is not a kid.
Yeah, but are you a kid in the game doing the shift? Are you a child sat in the desk looking at the monitors,
No, but
trying to make sure that
in
orange
the
toilets
game
are
you're
coming to the left and
related
the right.
to William Afton, who has killed all the children. In the film, you are not.
Okay, so why not?
Why? Because Vanessa is related to William Afton.
Okay,
in the
so
film.
why wasn't Vanessa the main character?
She's one of the main characters in the film.
Why isn't she the?
Because she's not a security guard.
Well, why isn't she a security guard?
Because you need Mike to be the security guard. Because the security guard is the older brother of the crying child.
Okay, so are you seeing where I'm going with this? Are you seeing?
The crying child is Mike's younger brother. He
Okay.
goes missing. He is the crying child. Therefore, Mike has to be the security guard for
Okay.
one.
So
Two,
are we saying that Mike is the
Vanessa-
security guard in 1? Is that what we're saying?
Mike is the security guard in FNAF 1.
Okay, so why are they trying to stuff him in the suit in the movie, but they're trying to do it in the games?
Because he's not done anything wrong to them at that point.
Okay. So why can't we write the story where he does?
Because
And
they
then try
had to
and stuff him in
keep the
suit?
film to be age rated so that kids can still
It
see the
doesn't-
film.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because we can
It's
rewrite the story
the whole
to make it
point.
age appropriate.
That's what they did!
Well, they did it bad.
That's what they did. Anyway,
They did it
FNAF 1 movie is only meant to be a prequel for the series. So FNAF 2 goes more into the lore with Purple Man, Puppet, Ennard, all of those characters, which are more to wanting to kill you, come in FNAF 2. That's what FNAF 2 is about. That's the sneak peeks we had in the poster, the behind the scenes shots that we've had, the talking we've had from the end of Cinema Week, Film Week. It's all everything people are wanting from FNAF 1 is in FNAF 2. FNAF 1 was a trial because they needed to get that audience first. The whole film was not meant, it wasn't trying to be fan service, but people were expecting it to be identical to the games, and that's not realistic. That's not going to happen with any film adaptation, whether it's a musical or a game. It's not going to be identical to it, and people can't expect it to be identical.
All I'm saying
That you're wrong.
is I wish there was more of a horror focus
But
than
that's
a
what
thriller focus.
that's what it's going to be in FNAF 2.
And how do you know that? Have you seen the script?
That Scott, the person who writes the script, has literally said that.
Has he?
Yes.
Well, I don't follow him around 24/7.
He said
seeing
it.
what he's saying. I don't do that.
He said it.
You do.
He said
I don't.
it when FNAF 1 came out.
Okay, but I didn't see that. You could have said that from the start, and everything would have changed. This whole podcast.
Oh my God, okay,
would have
whatever.
been different. All I'm saying. And also, I would like to announce that I don't remember the film well, so I have been complete.
I swear to God. Anyway, FNAF does need a sequel, but Beetlejuice,
Haven't seen.
the first Beetlejuice.
Haven't seen.
Okay, well, the first Beetlejuice is
Talk about
good.
it anyway. Tell me more.
The first Beetlejuice is good. It had a sequel come out this year called Beetlejuice, and I don't think that was necessary.
Okay.
I think, I don't see the point to it. Honestly, it was a
Are
very
you talking about the second one?
yeah Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Beetlejuice.
you thought it wasn't wasn't necessary.
It wasn't necessary. It
My-
didn't
my-
add
I have friends
anything.
who saw it and they enjoyed it.
It had funny moments. I liked that it was filmed in this location.
And what location is that?
As in, it was filmed a few roads down.
From here?
Yeah.
From us?
Yeah. You know the crypts?
Whoa. Yeah.
That's where it's filmed.
Whoa.
They filmed there.
Oh, that's cool.
It is really cool. But okay, the main takeaway I got from the film was that Beetlejuice had a wife when he was alive,
Damn.
and
Lucky him.
he died, she died, he killed her. She's like, God damn it, why would you kill me? Then she makes it her mission to kill Beetlejuice in the afterlife, and Beetlejuice kept running away from it, and he's like, I know, because he's like, if I can make it to the if I can become alive again, then she can't kill me because I'm not going to be undead. Which means that's why he was trying to get with Lydia, which is creepy.
Who's Lydia?
Lydia is the teenage girl in Beetlejuice 1 that he marries.
He's a paedophile?
Well, she could see him, and not many people could see Beetlejuice. So you could only see Beetlejuice if you say his name three times, or if you're Lydia, because Lydia can see ghosts.
And Lydia's a child.
Well, she's like a teen, yeah.
He's a paedophile, though.
And he's like, you can see me. You're my way out of this hell. If you marry me, then I can be alive again.
He's a villain.
But in Beetlejuice 2, there's this protagonist. I get like one of them. There's a lot. It's too much. There's this other teen that Lydia sees, but obviously she sees ghosts, so she doesn't know that this kid is a ghost. And he is like Beetlejuice, trying to be alive again, and he takes Lydia to the underworld and is like, we should do this. You want to view me? I want to help you see your dad again, because Lydia's dad is dead. And she's like, I want to see my dad again. And he's like, I know where he is. So he takes her to the underworld, and he basically does this thing where he tries to trade his life with Lydia's. So Lydia is trapped and like slowly dies because he's gaining life to become real again, because he wanted to live his life. He doesn't think he should have died as a teen. Okay. And then Beetlejuice and Lydia's mum or stepmom tries to like save her, but then her stepmom ends up dying in the process, and it wasn't worth it. There was a soul train, which was cool because soul train. It's like a train that carries your soul.
That's not.
I
was not thinking of the same soul train.
But it was funny because they played like soul music.
Oh, so it kind of is. I guess that's the joke, because I was thinking of the old TV show Soul Train, where like it's black people in the dance.
Yeah, that's basically what happens. But they play like disco soul music, and it's like, that's all happening, and that's how they get people onto the train, and it's like.
That's
anyway.
Crazy.
I don't think that sequel was necessary. I think we would have been fine without it. Same as Joker 2. Joker 2 didn't need to be a sequel.
Not seen.
Films are so long.
Yeah, I need shorter films. Because why is your film 3 hours long?
Keep it to Disney films. Disney films are a good length. They're shorter.
Oppenheimer drained me. Especially since I did Barbieheimer.
I also did Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer. Oh, that was fire.
Which one did you see first?
Barbie.
I also saw Barbie first.
It was a good choice. Actually, was it a good choice? Because Oppenheimer, I think I probably fell asleep in the middle. It was an amazing film. I
woke up again.
It was an amazing film. I would never watch it again. I will never watch that film again.
So long.
Never. Not in a million years. I'm not watching Oppenheimer.
But why would you not watch it again?
So long.
Yeah.
And there's so much information. It seems geared towards people who are in that like field of like research and stuff, because they use the correct terminology. That's a good thing. They use the correct terminology.
It was very
That's a bad
accurate.
thing.
It was accurate.
Because I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about all these nuclear fissions, and you're talking to Albert Einstein.
You learned that in
I'm
GCSE science.
Well, yeah, but like, do you think I remember GCSE science? I'm on a music course. Do you think I need that knowledge? I threw that out years ago.
Yeah, that's true. Although, like, I like that the explosion.
That last explosion where you're waiting for it. I was on the edge of my seat.
I was like, what's happening?
Those speakers are loud.
It was dead quiet.
It goes
I was like, is it meant to be a silent film? Like, because it just becomes a fully silent film. Yeah. I was like, is this what it's meant to be?
Because if I think I remember correctly, the explosion, it goes off. You see it go off, and obviously there's a delay in the explosion, like sound-wise. So you're watching it, and you're like, it's gonna come, it's gonna hit, and it takes ages, and then you're just like, okay, and then it hits, and I flew across my cinema seat. It was a lot.
Was so shocked at it. It was good. I liked that film. Well, honestly, there's been so many good films this year.
Yeah.
It's just
like... Wait, was Barbenheimer this year?
No, it was last year.
Oh, it was last year. That makes sense, because I was about to say the stretch of time is non-existent if Barbenheimer was this year.
So when I was looking at like what films had come out this year, there were so many. I was like, that's definitely come out this year. And then I had a look, and I was like, oh my god, what do you mean it's out last year? Or like 2 years ago, some of them.
Was Kung Fu Panda 4 this year?
Yes.
I didn't watch
I
it.
think
Apparently
so.
it wasn't as good as the rest, and they had Aquafina in it, so I was like, maybe not.
The
Nothing against Aquafina. It just
I
wasn't
thought the
feeling
Dear Evan
vibe.
Hansen movie, the like musical adaptation, I thought that came out this year. And it came out in
No.
2021, 2022.
Ooh,
I was like, I remember that happening like a year and a half ago at max.
time
Like,
is
what
an
do you mean that was
illusion.
over 2 years ago?
Free will is a lie. Nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
Why-
Why try? Why do anything? Why continue on this cycle of stress to small ounces of happiness to be thrown back into stress and depression and sadness? Like, it's a vicious cycle and I can't escape it.
Are you okay? I'm like, it's just, you know, last week's episode, you spoke about AI being toxic and a poison apple, and now you're
Because
like,
it is.
and now you're like, life is.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe you just have
Trauma dump
an
on the
issue.
podcast.
Maybe you just have an issue with life.
I do be fighting every day.
Yeah,
I'm
to be
fighting
fair,
for my life every day.
I think we're all fighting.
We're fighting something.
We're fighting.
Something.
We are.
Whether it be a person or
We're like
food, your mental health.
we're like Stranger Things, where they're fighting demons they can't see.
I haven't seen Stranger Things.
I've only seen the first couple of seasons. I've
Mm.
not seen the most. I've not seen the most like the last season, but that's because I don't have a way to watch it.
Me neither,
So,
because Netflix.
Netflix is too expensive.
Why would they change it so that you can't watch in a different location unless you have the email and you say, "Oh yes, yes, it's me," and then it's like, "Oh, we'll give you 5 days or however long."
You know who
And
doesn't
it's-
do that?
Who doesn't do that?
Disney Plus.
Big up Disney Plus.
Disney Plus
I-
lets you log in anywhere, anytime, whatever device you want. And honestly, you are saving me. I'm not
Indeed.
paying for you, but I use it.
Literally. You should give me your Netflix and then. What do you mean no?
The amount of times I'm like, people are like, you should watch this, and I'm like, are you gonna pay for my Netflix?
Literally.
My sister wants me to watch things, and I'm like, I'd love to, but I don't want to pay for this. Like, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is on Netflix, and it's really good?
What?
Blackfish. It's really, really good.
What's it about?
It's about Tilikum, who
Who's
is
that?
an orca that was captured as a baby in the wild, and they put him into SeaWorld and Sea Life, and he's been
I've heard of him. Yeah.
He's the cause of a lot of
Yeah,
the deaths at
deaths.
Sea Life, SeaWorld. Then they moved him over.
Savage.
Then he moved him over to Spain, and he killed someone over there, and they went back to America. Honestly,
Deserved.
I think what the deaths are like. Tilikum. Tilikum was bullied a lot. I think Tilikum's like stories is quite emotional. It makes me cry every time I watch that film. I cry.
Valid. But how do you watch it if you don't have Netflix?
I used to watch it a lot. And then,
And then Netflix put the policy. Big up Disney Plus. Big up my secondary school friend who's not watching this, Erin. I still have your login, and I still use it to this day.
can
Things
we
will
talk about
probably
this?
pop up, and you'll be like, "What is this?" It's me. I am
use-
using your account.
Did you not have a separate profile on it?
No,
Oh,
I am
I
using
see.
your profile.
I-
I am doing that.
I have my own profile under my ex's brother's Disney. I don't know if they know that I still use it or not, but I'm not gonna like.
Yeah, you're not gonna say.
I'm not going
anything.
to say anything.
Like,
I'm
same
not-
with my case. I'm not going to say that I'm still using it. And also, tell your mum to give me the password because she has changed it. And I don't know the new one. I can't log into any other devices. It's just on TV at my parents' house.
Do you know what the power move
give
would
me
be?
What would it be?
for you to change it.
Yeah, but I need her email.
Change the email first. There's
I'll
probably
hack it.
there's probably ways around it. I'm sure. I feel like this has been a long podcast. I don't really know
Yeah,
what we're
I-
talking about at this point.
We've gone off the rails.
We have gotten defensive
Yeah.
about our points.
And my points were well made
Not all of them
and
were correct.
justified
No.
and correct.
You changed your point afterwards.
I didn't change my point. I just admitted.
That your opinion would be different if you had known it before. Is that not changing your point
Well,
in a roundabout way?
listen,
Without
I'm standing on
explicitly saying it?
business. That's what I'm doing.
not great business, clearly.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that wraps it up because
should.
we could keep going.
We
That's the dangerous thing. Do not let us keep going.
Don't let us
because
keep going.
we will.
We need to come. We need a reason to come back.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll exhaust all our topics. We won't exhaust all our topics. We'll just keep narrowing down the subjects, and we'll be talking about, I don't know,
one
the beginning of
thing.
the Earth or something.
Watch me bring it back to Danafil.
But you haven't.
I
today.
could.
One final, bring it back. Bring it home. Bring it home.
Talking about Disney.
Okay.
Big Hero 6.
Yep.
Hired Dan and Phil in Big Hero 6.
Did they?
They did.
What?
If you're listening to Big Hero 6 in English, like with the English characters, Dan and Phil have a cameo playing.
No, they don't.
They have a cameo playing Scientist 1 and 2. And when the whole reactor is having a meltdown, that is Dan and Phil screaming in panic. And then after that amazing performance, which actually, you know, like it was a small role, but you know, it was a great film. And after all that, they brought them in for the Lion Guard, which I don't know if you know what that is.
I've heard of it.
It's based on the Lion King, but it's like a story about
Lion
Simba and
Simba.
Is that Simba? Simba's the kid, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about Simba. And he comes across in the Lion Guard. He meets two prince gorillas.
Is that the Disney Junior TV show?
Yeah. And the two gorillas in there are played by Dan and Phil.
Wow.
They don't even ask them to change their accents. They're like, we don't want you to change anything. We don't want you to just read these lines. And then
you are gorillas.
What happened is the day they went to do the filming, so they went to the recording booth to go film it because obviously it's an animated film. They arrived, and only when they arrived, Disney turned around and went, by the way, there's a song. And they didn't tell Dan and Phil before they arrived that there was going to be a song. And so on the day, they had to quickly learn this song. And it was like, be happy and something. It was great.
Do you stream it? Is it on your Spotify Wrapped?
Do not. Dan and Phil are my top artist for Spotify Wrapped.
There's no surprise.
No one's surprised by it. But Dan and Phil they're in a lot of movies. There's like they've been in Braveheart, which is like a medieval one. So many films they've been in. I could do a whole. I'm not gonna yap about it right now. I will do a whole podcast episode dedicated to Dan and Phil. That is a promise.
You could. That's the scary.
That is a
thing.
promise.
All right. We'll wrap it up there.
We'll wrap it up here.
Again, thank you for listening. This has been another week of the Yap Sesh, and we can yap, as evident by whatever the time this took to record is. What do you know?
So.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
See you sometime because we're
video.
not. This is our last one of 2024.
Unless I
Probably.
do any. Unless
we could do one next week, maybe.
Maybe one next week. Maybe one over the holidays.
We'll think about it. Yeah.
Jonathan.
Yeah. Little Zoom.
If you want us to yap about things in particular, let us know.
Give us recommendations.
What should we do?
I won't listen to you.
What do you want to?
I'll nod. I'll be like, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's what you do to everything. The amount of times that I will be talking and you're there nodding along, and you will have zoned out and not actually known what happened. Are you saying you don't zone out and there aren't times when you zone?
You're not meant to say that. Wow. I'm leaving. We're done.
Okay. Bye.